temperatures to fight a massive fire. Plus, the cold isn't the only thing we need to worry about today. We're tracking even more snow for your Monday morning. And a local college student is reunited with her stolen car, but it's what was inside the car that really mattered.
From WGGB Springfield, the Associated Press station of the year, this is 40 in the Morning Weekend.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Brittany Decker. It's 9 o'clock on this Sunday, March 1st. Thank you so much for joining us here on 40 in the Morning Weekend. We're going to get to all of these top stories in just a moment, but first we want to turn it over to Don Maher, who is standing by with a look at our forecast and, yet again, some very cold temperatures. Don?
Yeah, another record low, Brittany. The calendar says it's March, but we're continuing our string of record low temperatures. 8 below zero was the low at Westover Air Reserve Base this morning. That broke the old record, which was -5. That was set just last year in 2014. Temperatures are slowly starting to come up, though. Worthington up to 19 degrees. It's 9 degrees in Blandford, 12 in Westfield, 15 degrees at Bradley Airport in Windsor Locks. But believe it or not, more snow on the way as well. Winter weather advisory for all of western Massachusetts. This goes from noon this afternoon until 7 a.m. Sunday morning, though right now, maybe just a few flurries out there in parts of Berkshire County. The steadier snow, that arrives after dinner time, comes down at a moderate pace as we go through the evening hours as well. But the good news is it's done by the time of the Monday morning commute. Temperatures topping out around 26 degrees. As far as snowfall totals, I'm thinking about 3 to 6 inches for Berkshire County into the lower Pioneer Valley up towards Northampton. As you start to get into northern Hampshire County and into Franklin County, snow totals a little bit less on the order of about 1 to 3 inches. So certainly not a big storm by any means. I'll let you know what we can expect once the storm gets on out of here, and that comes your way with the full forecast in just a couple of minutes. Brittany?
Thanks, Don. 6 different fire crews were called to the scene of a massive fire in Enfield early this morning. That fire was called in just after 2 o'clock at a salvage business off Shaker Road. The one-story building was engulfed in flames when fire crews arrived on the scene. They didn't enter the building due to concerns over flammable materials inside, but were able to knock down those flames with an outside assault. Last night's frigid temperatures added to their own hurdle for crews as they were forced to use a lot of water to fight those flames. Fire officials say that no one was injured and the cause of the fire remains under investigation. And 5 people are without a place to stay after a fire in Chicopee tore through their Homer Avenue apartment yesterday afternoon. The fire was knocked down fairly quickly and residents did make it out safely. That cause of the fire is still being investigated as well. The Red Cross is assisting those people. A stolen car is now in the hands of its rightful owner, an 18-year-old college student at AIC, cancer survivor and amputee. But it's what was inside the car that's most important. Here with more on the story is ABC 40's Jennifer Martinez. Jenny?
Hey Brittany, Alexis Morales' car was stolen as she was attempting to pay for gas. As you can see in surveillance video of the incident, shortly after she heads inside to pay, another person gets into her car wearing a hood. But while the car was a huge loss, it was what was inside that concerned Alexis: her purse, a laptop, and one thing she can't live without, her crutches. The custom crutches are her way to get around and a sentimental piece of her 4-year journey with cancer.
They come with me everywhere, every vacation trip. Being an amputee, you never know what's going to happen with your prosthetic.
The car was found the next day by detectives with the Springfield Police Department in it, two teenagers. Brittany, those 2 16-year-old boys were arrested and booked at Springfield Police Department's Juvenile Division. As for Alexis, while she's been reunited with her crutches, a handicap placard and her car's remote starter are still missing. Back to you.
Thank you, Jenny. And a scary scene in Canton yesterday as the roof of an ice rink collapsed while a youth hockey team was practicing. This happened around 7:15 on Saturday morning at the Metropolis Skating Rink on Route 138. It's one of 42 rinks owned by the state. When the roof collapsed, air pressure also blew off the front portion of the building. Fortunately, no one was hurt. Several other state-owned rinks have been closed in recent weeks due to fear of roof collapse. State officials say that roofs of more than 150 structures have collapsed because of all of the snow this winter. Springfield's OWN is giving back to the city's young men. The 2015 Youth Summit kicked off their one-day conference at Springfield College yesterday. The conference serves as an empowerment summit for black men between the ages of 12 and 18. It's held by a group of 6 determined men that want to make a difference.
We kind of wanted to make sure that the younger generation had like a reference point We see a lot going on this day and age with the stigma around men of color, and we kind of wanted to rewrite what that looked like for us.
They held workshops on a variety of topics with the goal of inspiring young black men to achieve success despite their surroundings. And knowing how to protect yourself, that was the goal of a self-defense seminar in Ludlow yesterday. The networking event was sponsored by the Springfield Young Professional Society and Team Link Mixed Martial Arts. Those who attended learned how to defuse an escalating scenario and recognize signs of a toxic environment.
The YPS over the last couple of years has beefed up its activity schedule to provide its memberships something entertaining, engaging, and meaningful for them to do outside of a professional networking context.
A range of professionals with backgrounds in law enforcement and military were there to provide instruction. Now to an ABC 40 alert. Hyundai is recalling 263,000 cars in the U.S. and Canada for a problem with power-assisted steering. The company says that a sensor problem could cause drivers to lose their power steering. No injuries or accidents have been reported. The affected cars include model years 2008 to 2010 Hyundai Elantras and Elantra touring vehicles made between November 1st, 2008 and April 30th. Owners can contact Hyundai's customer service. The number for that is 855-671-3059. New York man is recovering from a second and third degree burn after he says his iPhone exploded in his pocket. This allegedly happened on Valentine's Day. Eric Johnson says he bent over to get his keys when all of a sudden he heard a pop, saw smoke coming out of his pocket, and then felt a burning sensation on his leg.
My leg just starts going on fire, and first thing I do, I try to get it out, can't get it out. And I was literally jumping up and down, trying to get the phone out of my pocket. But I think I had dress pants on. I think the phone melted my pockets shut, so I couldn't get into it, and I had to rip my pants off.
Johnson spent 10 days in the burn unit as a result. Tech experts say the tiniest bit of damage to a phone's circuit board or the use of a third-party charging device can cause the battery to overheat and spew lithium lava. But Johnson says that he was using an Apple-issued cable. Apple says that they're going to look into this case. What started out as a joke has turned into a very unique business endeavor in Manchester by the Sea. Kyle and Jessica Waring are co-founders of Ship Snowyo. Kyle says that they were out shoveling one night when they started talking about other places that they could put all the snow piled up in their yard. They joked that they would sell the snow and ship it out of state, and that joke quickly turned into a reality.
It was not as easy as I thought, and you know, it is somewhat more of a serious endeavor now.
The couple has shipped more than 175 orders since the beginning of this month, but they have a strict policy against shipping within Massachusetts, saying that they believe the state already has enough snow. We sure do. This winter, folks are getting creative to save on road salt in Indiana. People are instead turning to a vegetable juice to treat the roads. Beet juice, to be specific, and instead of that purplish color that you might expect, the finished product looks more like brown sugar with about 6 gallons of beet juice per ton. It cuts down on the salt that's needed, and it's cost